from Perfectly Naughty, and I wanted to show you about some fun stuff going on Ravelry right now. So last year they did their stitch challenge for the first time, and I participated, and it was a good motivator for me to help me get things finished and not just keep starting things, because I was doing a lot of that. So I finished some things last year. So this is where we are. You can see this is my my homepage. There I am right there. True Susie Q. If we are not friends on Ravelry, go find me, friend me. I will return the friend. Okay, so it's kind of fun to be able to follow along. You can see the projects I've put in there. They're not very exciting, really, because most of what I do is very utilitarian right now. So, but let's go in and take a look at this. So this is my notebook, and then right here is my projects tab. So I'm going to click on that. And you can see some of the projects. These are the projects that I've recorded. Certainly not all the projects I've done. These are just things that I have recorded. All right, so go over here to see this little guy right here where it says challenge. Let's click on that. And it says right here that I did 12 projects last year, and you can see all of the ones that I recorded for that challenge. So that was kind of fun. So this year I've made another commitment to do 12 projects. You can change that goal. You can change it anytime throughout the year, make it bigger, make it smaller, whatever. But that's finishing one project a month. So that's not necessarily doing one project a month. That's finishing and recording one project a month. Okay. So you can see when you look through mine, some of these were like this one, another boring pot holder, because I knew I was falling behind in my goal for myself. So I would make some little pot holders. See right here, if I was really smart, this college pot holder thing that I made for my stepson when he went off to college, I could have really bumped my thing up and made those as 2 separate projects, but I did not. So anyway, so I've got my 12 projects set up right here. You can do that. I want to challenge you to try that, because one of the things I see happening for my stitchers is that we have tons of things in process. We have lots of whips going on, and we're not finishing things, or we're getting frustrated with ourselves because we're hitting a wall, we're losing our motivation for whatever reason. And for some of us, having this little challenge right here, you're only in competition with yourself. You're not in competition with anybody else unless you choose to be. And so this kind of helped me to have that goal. Now we're going to go back over here to my project thing, and then you can take a look at the projects that I have listed here. But one of the things I wanted you to see was down here at the bottom, it tells you how many total yards you have listed. Let's move my face over here. There we go. So that shows you right here how many yards I have knit or crocheted based on all of these projects that I have created. So that's kind of fun, and you can calculate that back into yards. And I think maybe this year we might do some fun things with that. So don't forget to record your projects. Don't forget also, if you have made a project that you bought your yarn here at Perfectly Naughty, and you create a project file that lists Perfectly Naughty as the place you bought your yarn, and then you send me the link for that. If we're friends, if you friend me here on Ravelry, you can send me the link to your project, and you're going to get bonus drawing entries for that $10 gift certificate that I give away every single month. So I started a project yesterday, and we're going to walk through how to create a Ravelry project. Okay, so I'm actually going to take this one. I'm going to delete this project. I'm going to delete it because I didn't need it in here twice. And I started it, and that's when I realized I wanted to show you guys how to do this. So when you are on your project tab, you go right here and you click add a project. And then you just fill in the form as you go. Okay, so this project is a crochet project. I'm going to name the project Junior's Blankie. Junior is my new grandson that's going to be born in a couple weeks. Right here, I did not use a pattern, so I'm going to click this little radio button here, and then I'm going to click continue. It's pretty self-explanatory. Okay, I made this for my grandson. Oh, I don't even know what grandson he is, though. We have George and Lincoln and Rain and Rylan and Raven and Colin. So this is going to be grandson number 7. Okay, there's a lot of girls too, so I think so. So this is for friend, and he doesn't have a name yet, or we don't know. At least they're not telling me what his name is. Okay, here we go. I'm just muddling along here. Okay, so we're gonna if you have a deadline, let's say I decided to start this and I already finished this. It took me I just did it in a day, but if I started it yesterday and I need to have it done by a certain date, you can put a deadline in here if you want to, which is kind of fun for some people. You can put in some size like a small, medium, large, or something like that. This is about a 40-inch circle. I'm just going to put that. The pattern is from my brain. There is no name for the pattern. There's no link to a Ravelry. Okay, so right here, this is crochet. Do I have any tags? Snuggie. Maybe it might be a tag. Let's see what happens if I click that tag button. Snuggie, comma, car seat blanket, baby blanket. Okay, we're going to use these tags. Okay, there we go. We're going to see what happens with that. Pattern category. It's an accessory. No, it's not an accessory. It's for home, and it's a blanket, and it's a baby blanket. All right, now we are going to add a hook. Oh, here we go. Add a hook. I used an N, a great big fat N. It's probably in the NP. I don't remember now if it's a 9 or a 10, but I think it was a 10. I don't know what my gauge is. Didn't count it, didn't measure, don't care in this particular case. Sometimes gauge really matters. If you want that hat to fit or those socks to fit or that sleeve to fit, gauge can matter. But in the case of this blanket, gauge didn't even matter. Okay, we're going to add some yarn. All right, the yarn is called Serenity. Serenity. Let's try to spell it right. And we all know that my fingers, I can spell when I speak out loud, but sometimes my fingers don't. Sometimes my typing fingers don't spell right. All right, this is the Serenity Chunky Print. And the colorway is called 7 Seas. And I don't know what the dye lot is. And I used 4 skeins. And I literally just worked until I ran out of yarn. And I don't know where I purchased it. It's been in my stash for a really long time, so I'm not going to put something there. But this is where you would put, if you bought the yarn from me, you would type in the name Perfectly Naughty. That's the name of the store. Click that link right there, and it would pull me up right here. And you would just click there, and it would add it. So, but since I didn't buy it from myself, it's been in my stash for forever. We're going to not have that in this particular project. But you want to do that when you buy your yarn here, okay? Because this is how you get the extra drawing entries that we're going to talk a little bit more about. All right. Now we can come down here and add a note. I already kind of typed it up, so I can just copy and paste it in here. Here's the note on how I did this little patternless project. All right. Now this needs a photo. I'm going to come over here to add photos. I already posted a photo of it over on Instagram, and there it is right there. And then we are going to, I'm finished with the pictures. There you go. Maybe after I give it to the baby after he's born, maybe I'll add another picture of it with him on it or in it, or we're snuggled under it in his car seat or something. All right, and then we're going to come over here to my status. I'm going to put a big old smiley face on there because that's a super easy project. There's not a lot of count. Once you get the first 2 or 3 rounds the setup rounds all done, there is no counting. I love this project. You just go until you run out of yarn. My status, it is finished. It is 100% finished. I started it yesterday And I completed it yesterday because it just went that fast with me. Now, if I was in a stitching group, you could come in here and you could share it in one of the groups, but I don't really participate in those myself. It's about this pattern. It's improvised. There's my yarn, my star rating for the yarn. I'm going to give it a 4. I don't know really yet how it washes up, but it's very soft and it worked up really quickly and it held up well when I would frog some things in a couple rows and things in and out. So that went very well. All right. And then we come all the way down to the bottom and we save the changes. Right there, and there it is. Now, let's say I did that and I wanted to make sure that if I was you and I wanted to send it to Susie at Perfectly Naughty, I would click this right there where it says share this. And then say right here, it says send in a message. And then I would type in True Susie Q. And then if that wasn't me, it would pull up and you can see my picture right there. All right. So I'm actually going to cancel that because I don't need that. All right, guys. So that is the thing I wanted to show you today in Ravelry. All right. Well, good luck. Have fun. I want to see those projects. Share them. If you bought your yarn here, share them with me and get those extra drawing entries. I give away a $10 gift certificate on the first working day of every month. That's actually going to be tomorrow because today's the last day of January. So I'll be doing that drawing tomorrow. So if you've got any projects that you've recently finished up that you haven't shared with me, get those sent over to me, okay? So I love you guys a whole bunch. I hope that helped, and I will talk to you soon. Have an awesome, awesome day.